So this pretty much is the culmination of everything that we just discussed that's in that document. So what we can do here for an example is I can go ahead and I can we'll select like this parcel right here. Just a little background I should probably go through before this. My camera's moving. My cat is trying to bite my cable. I don't think she likes that I'm in a meeting. So pretty much what this is what I color coded it as, and I can also show it right over here. So anything that I haven't actually gotten a chance to look at is located in this kind of tannish color on the side. Everything that is yellow, I marked it as a question mark because there's they'll have a good example is they'll have two parcels and there's a building that's right in the middle of both. And then there's also some other things that are going on. So these are kind of like I'm not too sure what I need to actually do with these.
That's very, very typical of Bayview, that people don't really pay attention to lot lines in Bayview. Yeah. So it makes things really tricky sometimes.
Okay. Yeah, there was a lot of it too.
Yeah. You're going to discover a whole lot of it. We live by our own rules around here. Thank you very much.
and so just to be clear, kind of what we're going to do, and Bryce, do you mind bringing up the your page 9 map?
Yes.
Turn that off for a second, or turn your colored parcels off for a second. And maybe just turn on the 2009, whatever that is, yeah. So what we're doing is basically working through paper map by paper map, and then Bryce is tagging all the ones that are easy, or, they're exactly the same. We're coloring those green. And then we're just going to do a full pass through the whole unit, everything, and then find out, and all those will basically, they'll relate will work, because there's no question about what's going on with those parcels. And then we'll pass through a second time, and then we'll do the cleanup. And this is probably where we need to start looking at the ER records and tapping Jesse's brain to say, hey, because I know you guys want to participate in some of it. This is where we're going to need some feedback to figure out how to clean some of the stuff up. Is that right, Bryce?
Yes, exactly.
So, will there be a search function when all is said and done? So, a title company calls me and they say, hey, I need an assessment done. Here's the parcel number. And I look in the ER book. This is how it goes for me. I look in the ER book. I'm like, no such parcel number. So then I contact the county and I say, hey, what was the parcel number in 1993? And then I'm able to do it. So will there be a way that I get on here and I put in the new part? Okay, perfect.
Your timing is exquisite in that question. So prior to the call, we worked up a demo to kind of show you that basic functionality.
Okay, great.
Yeah, and then so kind of just to show some of what I've done. So the orange is the 2009 data that we have. And so you can see right here, all these lines are splits that I have done. These were one just massive polygon, and I split them up into each parcel. Okay. And then I can also click on it. Oh, it's still counting that one. Let me go up here because this is a better example of it. So here's one that's been split. I'll take that off. That's why that's happening. And so if I go ahead and use my handy dandy Explorer, it'll bring up a pop-up, which this is all the data that I pulled from that ER Excel doc. Okay. So right here we can see that the owner is Ramey, and then also we also have like the tax number, the section, township, and range. And then also we can do is, talking about that search function, is that I can take my 1990 and I'll go ahead and I'll do a select by attributes. And what we'll do is we will select a random name here. Just need to find last name. Perfect. So I'm going to look for Strom would be the last name. And if I go ahead and click apply, then you'll see right here, here's the one record. It says Robert Strom. And then if I get out of this, it then highlights this and then has changed. If I go ahead and I can click on it, then it'll change over the data in the pop-up over to Robert Strom.
So can you search by lot number? Parcel number, I mean?
Yeah, I can do searches based off of tax number. How it is, especially with using GIS and like Arc Pro, for instance, for this. Any one of these fields I can search by. So
Okay.
I can search anything.
Good. That answers your question, Jesse.
Yes, it does.
So right now, what you're viewing is Bryce's desktop computer. So once we get all the data put together, then we'll migrate it onto ArcGIS Online into the cloud, and then there'll be a web app where you can do these same kind of queries. So you aren't going to need to use what Bryce just showed you, this application called ArcGIS Pro. Go use the web app to do it. But right now, we're just organizing the data and getting things so it'll work right.
Yeah, this is like the behind the scenes kind of create it, because I'm not going to lie, it looks intimidating as it is now, because I'm not, tech savvy or whatever, but I understand it'll be a lot more user friendly, much like the Kootenai County website or something like that. So
absolutely, yeah. But that's all about what task one was about. So let's figure out how all these parts and pieces are going to tie together. Let's build